What is going on, guys? I was trying to shoot a video just looking at the wrestlers and how good they look. We're going to try again. The game did crash. So when you edit superstars, it appears that there is a crash there. That is the crash that I found so far. So yes, this game does crash. It is going to need some patches or some updates, patches, whatnot. But anyway, let's go back into it. Let's take a look here at some of these wrestlers here just to see how good they look, you know. Here we have Andre the Giant. This is the PS5 version. I was playing the PS4 version. I have both, and I don't notice anything different. I mean, they look identical. Even the visuals look identical. I guess I would need to do a side by side to confirm that, as he looks very tired. The skin textures and stuff in this look really good. I thought Andre's hair was like a brown color, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Maybe there's something a little weird about his clothes, the texture. I mean, I think you can fix that if you want. Let's take a look here. Does that look better? What about that? Something, I don't know. I'll just leave it. I'm not going to do any editing because, like I said, the game already crashed on me with this game, so I'm not going to worry about it here. As you can see, you can even select different personas for even these wrestlers here, the regular wrestlers. You can go in and do all this stuff. Do something crazy with Andre the Giant, give him some weird superhero look or something, whatever you want to do. Just, what exactly is this here? I guess it's like superhero robotic type stuff, I suppose. Then you got this stuff here. Looks pretty funny on Andre, right? Give Andre Giant the honky tonk man gimmick if you want to do that. But anyway, we're looking at the wrestlers to see just how good they look. They should look better than ever, seeing that this is the PS5 version. So, we're not gonna get into all that. Let's take a look here. Who should we look at now? I'm gonna look at. I thought I had Kevin Nash on here too. I guess not. Whatever. Okay, these are my downloaded. Let's take a look at X-Pac. See if he's, looking all right or not. Yeah, that looks like an old version of him. Like. Yeah, it looks just like him. It looks like him in his later years, for sure. Even the build, where he's a little bit heavier than he was before. That's like a later version of X-Pac. Let's take a look at this guy here. We're gonna make this video nice and short. This game, it already crashed on me when I was trying to look at this stuff. I didn't even edit anything. I was just in this, just kind of looking at it. And as you can see, this character here, Big E, looks very on point here. They did an excellent job. We're gonna look at some female wrestlers because usually, to me, from my experience with the games, a lot of the female wrestlers just look less. It's like the details are not right or something. Like, I don't know. Let's take a look. She looks very much just like her, pretty much. Yeah, that's definitely a very good Bailey. I'd say, it's pretty much on point. Looks very good. Looks very much just like her, pretty much. So that's a good thing, Hair textures are looking good in this. They're not. Some hairs are not 100% perfect. They got a little bit of issue, but it's nothing to worry. It ain't nothing you want to complain about. It's not nothing, that bad. Let's take a look at China, see, you know, what we got going on here. Okay. I mean, the character looks very good from a standpoint of like looking realistic, but I'm just not sure if that even looks like China's face. It looks similar. I mean, something seems a little off. I don't know what it is, but something just seems like it's off. I can't put my finger on it, but anyway, I mean, it definitely looks good. I'm not gonna complain about it. It looks good enough. It's a portrayal of China. You could definitely, it's close enough, but something definitely seems a little bit off. Don't know what it is. Got Carmella right here. Let's take a look at Charlotte Flair. See what we got going on here. The daughter of Ric Flair. It definitely looks like her. I mean, is she really that built in her app? She might be. I haven't really been paying attention. But let's see. That definitely looks like her for sure. I don't know about the texture of the makeup and stuff. Looks a little bit like, but that definitely looks good enough. I mean, the hair is textures. That's about as close as they're gonna get. The best hair texture I've seen in any game is FIFA 22 on the PS5. The hair texture now looks absolutely. Some of the depending on what characters, it's close to perfect. I mean, it's very solid in that game. This game isn't quite like that. It's good. I mean, but you know, I was actually looking for Kurt Angle. I don't think he's in this. I think he's not in it. So let's take a look here. Who did I just select? Jake the Snake. Let's take a look. I think he's doing something with AEW, or he was fairly recently. Probably not now. He's not really. Yeah, that looks a lot like Jake. I would definitely say that's a good version of Jake the Snake. And what I like this time, they didn't overdo it because some games with Jake the Snake in it, they would give him muscle. Jake the Snake was not a muscular guy at all. This is closer. I would even say he looked worse than this in real life, but that definitely looks good enough. I mean, that's the best I've seen him look in a video game because they would give him muscular shoulders and a chest and stuff, and I would say his arms would probably be a little skinnier than that. They probably, sometimes they try to give these wrestlers a little bit of favor, but that's definitely more like what he should look like as far as any other game. So they're doing a good job with that. I know Hulk Hogan, they tend to make him a little bit too big sometimes. Some of the games, they made Hulk Hogan just absolutely enormous when he's not. I don't believe he was nearly as big as they. I mean, he looks like a giant in some of these games. Here we got Goldberg. This is the latest version of Goldberg. They did put the right facial hair, or the gray in his facial hair. His face definitely looks old. I think Goldberg is probably a little bit less muscular than that right now. I'm sure he is actually. But like I said, they do that on purpose. They try to give these guys a little favor. That body would be more resemblance to Goldberg 15 years ago or something. But that is not based on the old Goldberg. That's based on a more recent Goldberg. So, that doesn't justify that. Take a look at Trish Stratus, see if she looks right. A lot of the games, Trish Stratus does not look right. I don't know what's going on with that, but this don't look right either. This body, I don't think her arms look like that, or her, with the muscle tone. She has a little bit of muscle tone, but I don't think. Yeah, I just don't know about this face, man. The face definitely looks like her. She has the big eyes, but it doesn't seem as close as they should be doing it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say this isn't that great. It's not horrible. It works, but I think they probably could have did a little better than that. because it didn't look quite enough like her. Let's take a look at the Ultimate Warrior. The majority of these wrestlers look very good. Look, you know, and we have the Warrior. Let's take a look here. He's got the crooked muscles like he does. He was a very solid, shredded guy. I don't think they're exaggerating with his. Yeah, this looks very much, very, very. This is pretty accurate here. I think, I mean, I don't remember his hair looking like that, but I think it did at one point. But I wasn't paying attention at that time. But, there's, who's this? Tony Storm. I don't know who that is. We got X-Pac. Of course, we got to take a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin. You know we were going to look at him at some point. We kind of have to, right? Yeah, and this is obviously an older version. I thought his facial hair was more blonde. I mean, that looks exactly like his face. I think the facial hair color is off. I think you can dye it. You can change it. I'm not going to. I think his facial hair was probably a little bit lighter than that, but that face is like 100% on point. Look at all that skin texture. Let's see if is he exaggerated. He might be. He's exaggerated on his muscle tone. Stone Cold Steve Austin was fairly muscular, but that's close enough. I'm not gonna say they exaggerated too much. They exaggerated slightly, I would say. But a lot of times he didn't appear very muscular. That's definitely not. It's not enough to complain about. It's good. I would definitely say that. It's not like they're getting carried away with it or anything. It's fair. I'll say that. Let's take a look at some Eric Bischoff. See, not that he's really that important. At least to me, he's not. You know. Yeah, I mean, something seems weird about the texture of that shirt. I mean, let's take a look here. Something seems a little bit off, but it definitely works. I don't know what it is. Something about his face is just a little bit off. I would say slightly. I don't know if it has something to do with the shape of his head or I don't know. Something doesn't quite seem like it's there. Let's take a look at a couple more. We're not going to spend all day on this. There's Scott Hall and also Scott Hall. You got the Razor Ramon version, I guess. And then you got Razor Ramon. Oh, no, you have this is the WWF version, and this is the WCW version, this is the NWO version. So they, have a lot. I don't think Sting is in this game at all. I just thought about that. It just hit my mind. Let's take a look at Paul Heyman. Yeah, Sting has been and that outfit is the same outfit that has been in the Creator Wrestler for a couple of years now. That is very much on point. They really put a lot of detail into Paul Heyman. He's very much on point there. That's a very good version of Paul Heyman. I was getting ready to say the best one I've seen. I don't know that he's been in any of these games. But yeah, as you can see, Sting is not in this game at all. No version of Sting is in this game anywhere. So there's a little, side note, which they've had 4 and 5 versions of Sting in some of the games. So it's a little bit, let's take a look at Scarlett. I'm not familiar with this, with Scarlett. In reality, I'm not, but she's apparently somebody's manager. I mean, she's a very good-looking character in here. A very, from a detailistic standpoint, her hair looks the texture looks very good enough. I'd have to see the real version of this individual, but I think this particular model, for a character standpoint, looks very, very good. I can't say on point. On point would be like it looks a lot. It looks just like the real version. I don't know that. I'm not gonna judge by this picture. I mean, just that picture alone is not gonna tell the whole story. Let's take a look at Edge. I believe this is the current version of Edge, if I'm not mistaken. So, which he looks a lot different. He should be. Yes. That's definitely. I can already tell you That's a very, very excellent version of Edge right now. He looks like that. That is like on point. That might be one of the best looking characters in the game as far as an accuracy standpoint. So that's very good. But, anyway, that's going to be this video. I'm not going to look at everybody and make this video 45 minutes or anything. So we're going to let it go right there. We'll probably do more videos like this, looking at some of the other wrestlers. We're going to end it with this Hogan, and then we're going to move on after that. But, I mean, that face definitely, let's look before we make too much judgment here. Yeah, it looks very much like Hulk Hogan. Very good version of him. Again, some people disagree with me, but I think they're exaggerating on his muscle. I think by this point in his career, he wasn't really quite like this, but they always make him enormous, like a giant, pretty much. But this version of Hulk Hogan is still definitely very good. So, yeah, that's this video. We're going to do more videos similar to this. If you have any questions about this game, leave a comment. Go ahead and subscribe. We will answer all your questions. We may even make a video answering your questions. But anyway, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching this video.